everyone has stuck with us. Thank you so much. We do have our offer to come though, so bear with. We do have our offer to come, yes. But yeah, just to wrap up, I guess, key actions, key takeaways. I think I have hopefully articulated why I truly believe strict tenant selection criteria is absolutely vital, and it will be part of our work as an agent over the next 3 months, but something that private landlords need to think about, either delivering yourself or engaging an agent to do for you. But it is absolutely vital now with, not being able to take rent in advance, our ability to evict tenants and how long that's going to take. There are all of these things now. Selection of tenants is so important. It's always been part of our model, but really landlords must seriously think about how they select tenants. And hopefully it will be MRP, but I would encourage landlords probably to engage a professional, respectable agent to help with that process. Or hopefully if you're in the Northeast, it might be something that you engage us for. But if not, someone else that you trust to sort of robustly reference a tenant, because there are now so many risks after that tenancy's commenced that prevention is absolutely vital. Then reviewing rent levels, we've talked about reviewing rent levels and the fact that post-May it's going to be so much more difficult to change the rent level. So I would absolutely encourage landlords to take advantage of the opportunity they have over the next few months to review rent levels and make any changes under the current system, not the future system that's going to come. We've got considered rent guarantee insurance and bond replacement schemes. These are some of the things that we're developing, but I think over the next few months, landlords may think about if they want to bring some of their current tenancies in. But certainly with new tenancies, I think in the new world, May 2026 onwards, I think having rent guarantee insurance in place for 3% of your rent could well be a lifesaver if things go wrong. So I think certainly think about whether that needs to be part of your model going forward. Critically, do you have the right tenants? Are there any tenants that you need to take some really strong action on now? Because they aren't going to be appropriate after May. It's very harsh to say, but MRP's role is to protect landlords and work for landlords. So I really think as landlords, you have to think about, are there any tenants who aren't fit to be with you beyond May next year? As a letting agent, it's a conversation we'll be having. I don't think there are many, if any, because of the way we operate on a day-to-day basis. But I would encourage landlords to start and have those conversations and to think, is it time to end some tenancies? Tenants who have perhaps got away with too much, perhaps where you've been a little bit lenient or soft in your management. Is it time to now rethink? And is it time to do something about that? I'd suggest inspection of properties and recording those inspections. We haven't spoke too much tonight about the fact that councils will increasingly be visiting properties, inspecting properties, and their power to act upon anything they find that they're not happy with will be increased. We haven't had a chance to talk too much about that tonight, but that is very much part of the new world. So inspecting properties, documenting their condition, being very careful about repairs management and being able to prove and demonstrate that you have undertaken repairs where they're required becomes increasingly important. Apologies, we've not said too much on that tonight, but it's genuinely all good record keeping. Protect yourself, record what's being done, record what's being said, record what action you've taken is sort of absolutely priority. I always say in the office, what we do is almost irrelevant. It's what we can prove we've done. We could do all the right things, but if we can't prove it, it's irrelevant. So this is one of my catchphrases in the office that we live by. That it's only what we can prove that matters. So, but it's a big burden for you guys as self-managing landlords. I appreciate. And the final one, a sale may be easier to arrange now before May. And as we said before, if a sale was on your agenda in the immediate future, the model that Chrissy and I run with landlords, where we help landlords to buy and sell properties, often we sell those properties with tenant in place. That's a big part of the model. But there are many landlords who are now thinking, actually, they'll just initiate that sale process now rather than waiting until renters' rights bill is in place. and we'd happily work with you on that. Chrissy, I don't know if you want to pop your email in the chat, actually. That might be helpful, just in case anyone's thinking maybe it's time to think about starting the sales process and ending your landlord journey. That's something we'd happily help with. But again, there's a window of opportunity. We have 5 to 6 months whereby we could operate under the current model before the new world kicks in. So I think those bullet points there are probably some of the, sorry to give homework, but I think there's some of the things that I would encourage landlords to start and think about based on the changes that are to come. I will pause for questions, don't worry, because I can see there's a few things popped in there, but I did just want to mention, because I can see that nearly everyone stayed with us, Chrissy, isn't? I'm chuffed. An hour and a half.
It's lovely.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And to be fair, they're not questions. They've said, how helpful, you are, and how the webinars are always so informative. So, yeah, everyone's been really lovely.
Nice
comment.
That's really, really fab, because I am aware that it's not the most exciting of subjects, and it's scary for landlords, and I absolutely understand that. So I really appreciate the fact that people have stuck with us. And what I would say, if any landlords have contacts who might like a copy of the replay, if you email Chrissy or I, the replay is available. So I know landlords tend to hang out with landlords. So if you knew anyone who might find it useful, feel free to share the recording link. That's absolutely fine. But the offer we wanted to make, I've specifically spoken this evening about phase 1, which is the May 2026 changes. There are a whole series of things that come after that, right up until 2030. And I didn't feel we could cover that tonight. I think we'd be here till midnight if we tried to tackle all of that. There was so much. So I focused on the immediate stuff, which is going to hit us in May of next year. But we do have a guide document that I've created. And what we would like to offer, if anyone is kind enough to leave us a review based on your experience of the webinar this evening, we will kindly send to you, absolutely free of charge, a copy of our guide to phases 2 and 3. And that document is structured in a similar way. So what we do is we explain what is likely to happen. So what changes are going to happen for landlords. And then we talk about some of the things that I think you should or could be doing in the meantime to try and make things better. So, yeah, we always welcome reviews. So if anyone would like the guide, if you would be so kind as to leave us a review, I'll ask Chrissy to pop the review link into the chat. But if you could leave us a review just to let us know how you found this evening or your experience of MRP. I know some of you have chatted to Chrissy before, so sort of your experience with us, that would be so much appreciated, and we will get that guide over to you in your email box once the review is made, so that you can then think about the further things that are to come, because there is more. I've consumed an hour and a half of everyone's time this evening, but it would have been many hours if we'd gone through all of the changes till 2030. But the guide is there. Please, yeah, if we can have reviews, that would be so appreciated. And our thank you for that will be that we'll ping the guide over so that you can have a quick look at the changes that are to come. In the new year, we will definitely do more events leading up to May. There'll be more stuff. There'll be emails. We'll probably look further at the phases 2 and 3. There's so much more to come. We've done this quite quickly after sort of the 27th of January when it was all announced, so we have done it quite quickly, but I really hope, and it sounds like it was helpful, which is fab. Chrissy, I'll hand over. I don't know if there was any more